essential components of writing good web content vary from different demographics, like having all the information in a website and yet not feel overwhelmed by all of it. I've been following a lot of good websites like Morgan Stanley, Quiver, Conast, etc., which have content displayed in the best way possible. I think the structure of the content presented should follow a hierarchy where you feel connected with the brand and the products. We in our editorial language call it the inverted pyramid structure, where all the essential information floats at the top, and as you drill down, you get to the specific detailing of the products and the terms that you have used. You should also stay consistent with the terms that you have used on the website. Your sentences should be really crisp. You cannot dodge the ball to unnecessary corners while writing. Also, your design of the website should be in such a way that people are not overwhelmed by so much content. It should have a proper balance of words and graphics and videos as well. Cater to the brand always. Imagine if a travel website opens up with a small pop-up saying, "Where do you want to go next?" and I would surely click it, and that's how content plays its role well. It doesn't come overnight because you have to experiment with your own writing skills and also what people want. So initially you take up clients that you might not even be interested in writing for the topics, and so through the whole journey, when I tried a lot of genres, I realized that technology, gadgets, apps, this is something that I'm really interested in, and bringing out those complex technicalities into simplified words is something I really liked explaining it to people. People have this myth that there is no creativity in technological articles, and that's a big myth because I know how much creativity it involves to simplify words. If anyone has that myth, please try out searching Dozuki's handbook of writing technical articles. I think it would help and it would do wonders. But this is something that I've created a gray area for myself, which I would not be touching at all. That is writing health blogs or beauty blogs. This is something that people cater to extremely well, and they literally follow whatever is written. So I would never do something that I don't have expertise on, and that's one of my advice to everyone. If you don't have expertise on such topics, please don't write on such topics. Integrating SEO is one of the most important things that we need to do as writers, especially when we are putting out our content online. So the process happens organically, but nowadays there are so many tools available that tell that they'll integrate SEO for you. I have never tried any because I believe SEO should be as organic as your content is. So I start first of all by defining my topic. I wrote blogs for a website which dealt with how to use certain apps. So that's a very clear example I want to quote over here. So each app used to be for different age groups. So you need to cater to the audience exactly like for whom are you writing it. For instance, I started with how to use the Tinder app. As we all know, we might say that Tinder is available for all age groups, but we know it specifically lies between the age from 18 to 30 or 40 maybe. So you have to cater to that particular age group. So I used to research a lot because apparently a lot of people had this search. We picked the right topic. But now the questions. Most of the questions were based on how to use Tinder Gold or how to find someone outside your area. I wrote exactly in a manner which would connect people. I remember our target audience was the people in US. One of the things that we researched while going through all these apps is that the most searched app in the US was the parking apps. It's a huge problem statement in the US. And when we searched, we started writing. When I started writing, I used to sneakily put a link to another article of mine where people might want to click to know more. And that used to be about renting cars. So, this is something that is relevant to parking, and this is another most searched relevant topic in the US market, that was renting cars. So that's how you build the connection and build the relevant links of articles. So apart from this, before publishing the blog, also make sure you have integrated all the necessary keywords, not just the big ones like dating apps, parking apps, but major elaborative ones as well. And then try dividing the blog into headings and metadata. This is how you sound relevant, and you organically reach out to a bigger population. Just like any other community, this also started by self, because I remember when I wanted to become a full-time writer, how difficult it was for me to become a full-time writer, leaving my full-time job, being a developer. And I had no clue, what do writers do, how do you earn, how do you go about pitching yourself. So yeah, and this is one thing that I did, was creating my own niche before jumping it into full time. I remember I used to write a lot on Quora. I actually garnered 11,000 followers on Quora writing, and that's how I landed up my first writing job. So these are a few tips that you want to give to the newbies or the people who want to join this writing field, and that's why I created this community where I wanted people to help each other as well, that how to start, how to quote, how to find a first client, or write tools, write resources. I have created a set of tools and resources myself that I want to share with everyone else also, and I think a lot of people might have done that. So I just want to make sure that many to many connection is there and just not one to many. That's why. Promotion. Promotion is well preserved by platforms like Quora, LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook. But there is one basic technique that I feel everyone should apply while promoting their articles, is take a small snippet out of your post. The snippet should be one of the most intriguing factors that you have tried to expose in your post, because those snippets, when you share those small snippets on different social media platforms, people are intrigued to know more, read that article, and then that's how you market it well. Also, promotion is again something that happens organically when people know you on personal levels as well. Imagine you are in a sea with thousands of whales, but what guarantees your survival from whaling? It is your idea of staying unique and promote well, because frankly telling, there are thousands of writers like you. So you have to play really well in such a manner. Till now, I remember people follow you when you share interesting insights from your own personal life, be it a happy incident or a tragic one. If people feel the belongingness from you, they tend to be more connected with you. Sometimes you don't even need to market your articles, and people already want to read it. So that's the beauty of personalization. Other ways are guest blogging. It's always good and it is always recommended that you guest blog on other websites, because this links you as a writer and you can link your own articles on your guest blogs. It brings more visibility to your work. And one of the sharpest ways that has worked for me is engaging people on mailers. The unsolicited traditional way of marketing your content up till now is by sending relevant article to your audience's mails, and it has always worked. How do you manage feedback? In such a field, you will find umpteen number of diabolical people, mean feedback, criticism that would affect your work also, because frankly telling, writing is not an easy job, or it's not an easy task to do, but some people do make it sound easy, but it is extremely demanding. And if the right words don't come forward, you are in a huge pit. But I guess this comes over time. Initially, I remember I used to cry when I used to receive such feedback or criticism. I remember telling people that if this sounds so easy, why don't you do it yourself? I mean, this sounds childish, this sounds mean, but frankly telling, that was the truth. But I know over time, when I met a lot of fellow writers, I found this is like just another thing, because sometimes those critics are right and most of the times they are not. I can't stress enough that how much communities or being a part of such communities has helped me to overcome this as well. So the bottom line is, patiently accept every critic, carefully scrutinize, and only then propel your actions, but never take it to your heart. For me, if sometimes I did feel infuriated on any feedback, I would read a book, or I would just put on my earphones and listen to some Novo Amor's soothing lyrics or some ghazals. I know it has always worked for me. After some time, you feel stalled and much more receptive towards that feedback. Tips for newbies. I think you should always focus on your personal brand. Someone who's starting new or who is already here for some time, I would ask them all to please focus on building a personal brand. Be it a website of your own, which has your name or not, that doesn't really matter, but a website where you publish your work, or try building a portfolio of your work where you have your consolidated work at one place. This really helps you to excel as a writer and in front of the customers that you're trying to pitch into as well. Also, always cherish this journey, because I tell you, being a writer is such a beautiful journey. I still remember the first time I earned my payment out of publishing an article. I saw my name under a published article. I won an essay writing competition. So all these things are a part of your journey, and it feels really good to have that. Third, if you ever feel stuck, please find like-minded people. That's where communities come into picture, because it feels great when you have someone that you can tell to that I feel stuck, I'm having writer's block, I cannot edit this article, or similar things. So that's how communities come into picture. You can share your failures, your successes, that you're stuck, and there will be a lot of people who would be feeling the same way as you. So you can share and feel better about it. Next is, please read as much as you can. I cannot stress how important it is to read to become a good writer. So please read well. Reading does not mean that you should read anything. You should focus on your niche and read articles, blogs, websites that are very relevant to you, that belong to your niche. Like for technical writing, personally I follow two communities. One is Reddit's technical community that I follow, and the other one is I'd Rather Be Writing. That's the name of a website that I follow for all the technical stuff. Next would be, learn how to market your articles well. As I told in the previous answer also, that how important it is to market your articles. So please make HubSpot your best friend. I cannot stress this enough. And last, I would suggest, please edit. Never ever publish your first draft that you have written. If any writer's first draft would have been published, we wouldn't have had a favorite writer. So please edit as much as you can. And also, if you ever feel stuck, I'm here. I would love to help any writer who is in this journey. Thank you.